So, back out metal detecting again. Not doing any dump digging today. A little bit of a story behind this site. You can probably see in the distance there's 3 or 4 other metal detectorists out there. What happened here was that I made contact with a guy that runs a local metal detecting club close to where I live. And he'd got some items that he wanted identifying, and he was doing a display at the local museum, so I went down and had a look. First couple of things I saw were items that were illegal to possess, so they got handed to the archaeological officer that was there to dispose of in the correct manner. And I identified a load of World War II bits for him, and it turns out that where we got them from is a site that I've known about for quite a few years, but had never been to because just couldn't find the landowner really, and I got an awful lot of other sites anyway, so I sort of left it alone. Anyway, so on the back of helping him out, I'm also going to be doing a talk for his metal detecting group, and he invited me on the dig that involved what he likes to call the military fields. So this is an area where the British Army used to practice in World War II. Not as good as the other range that I go to, basically because this is spread out over a much bigger area. The other range I go to is one little field. This is lots of really big fields. So yeah, just been having a good old detect. Found loads of bits which I'll show you later on in the video, but it's very nice today, nice and sunny. It's a really good field as well. Over in this area I've been finding an awful lot of chunks of cartridge case. Now I have also found a couple of 40mm Bofors shell bases, just the bottom bits, percussion cap still intact, the rest of the shell looks like it's been blown to pieces. So I strongly suspect in this area around here there's been an ammo dump or something that's gone up in a puff of smoke. Well, a bloody great big bang more like. So yeah, I'm finding an awful lot of chunks of cartridge case around here. I should keep searching and hopefully I'll get a few videos of stuff coming down the ground, but we shall see. Right, back to it. It's quite interesting over this side of the field. The guy that pointed me over here said there was loads of bits of shrapnel, and normally when metal detectorists refer to shrapnel they mean bits of the brass drive band, but what I've been finding is what looked like big chunks of quite a large caliber cartridge case. Big chunks of it all over the place. And I found a couple of bits of drive band, but no rifling on it whatsoever. And I've just got another signal just here. Thought I'd better start filming because I know what that is. It's the bottom of a 40mm Bofors shell. Now what the hell happened here for that to get blown like that? That's come apart completely. And percussion cap is still intact. So this isn't a fired shell that's then received damage. This is unfired. No mark on the percussion cap at all. There must have been a big explosion here at some point in the past. Must have been. I can find any more of these. Pretty awesome bits of relic. Let's keep looking. Ooh, sun's out again. Marvellous. Getting something else coming out here. Doesn't look like one of the 40mm Bofors bases. No, it isn't. That'll be one of them then. Even I can't identify everything that comes out of the ground. It does look bloody familiar though. Again, looks exploded. Certainly looks like an impact fuse of some description. Possibly even a push fuse off a mine or something like that. I'll find out when I get home, won't take me long. Interesting bit though. Just had another 40mm Bofors. Bottom of the case, that's the inside. This is the booster for the percussion cap, and that's the bottom. You can see the edge of the rim there, just coming around here, and then this is the percussion cap and booster, And this has really been torn apart. Big explosion. And those, that thing that I found earlier. This thing. I do recognise it. I've just been trying to put my finger on it. I'm sure it's off a British mine. Well, I say I'm sure. About as sure as you can be in the middle of a bloody field when it's covered in crap like this. Yeah. I have to have a look when we get home. Just bugging me, that's all. Hate finding stuff and not being able to ID it straight away. It's Mark 5 anti-tank, possibly. Something like that. So back home after the dig. It was a great dig. I found some really cool stuff. Quite a bit of this stuff was actually taken out of the scrap buckets. There was 20 other people-ish digging. They were all looking for medieval, Roman or Bronze Age stuff. Very few of them had any interest in World War II at all, and there was scrap buckets dotted around the field where we were digging, and whenever I walked by the scrap buckets, if there was anything in there from World War II, out it came. So I've got some really nice bits. Start over here. We've got here a clip for 40mm Bofors, which is fantastic. Should clean up nicely. We've got the bottom off 40mm Bofors cartridges. Looks like there was a big explosion at one end. Whether or not they were clearing out ordnance at the end of the war or what, I'm not quite sure. But all of these are, as you can see on this one, the percussion cap's not gone, but the whole cartridge case has been blown apart. So it looks like they were blown up at the end of the war. Perhaps they didn't want to use them. We've got some 2-inch mortar transport caps. These down here I initially thought were 50 cals, but looking at the rim on that, it might be a 20mm or Lycan. We'll clean it up and find out. Nice booster, percussion booster from a large artillery shell. Got quite a few of these as well, which are fuses from the Mark 5 British anti-tank mine, which is very interesting to find those. And again, they're all blown, all the gains have gone, but as you can see on this one, the wire there is still intact. These would take something like 200 to 300 pounds pressure to break that shear wire. So with the shear wire still intact but the gain gone, that suggests to me that these were blown up and destroyed and got rid of. Then you've got some fuse safety caps. So number 152, so they were chucking 3-inch mortars around there, but you've also got one of these, which is off the nose fuse from a 25-pounder shell. These I think are bits of 2-inch mortar, because we've got one there with the thread still intact. Then you've got some transport caps off various things. Loads of 303s, they're all over the place. I could have brought back just a bag full of 303s, but just brought back some just to identify them. And you've got tips off fuses. This is what made me think that there was some sort of explosion up at one end of the field, because I just kept finding big shards of relatively large caliber shell casings. So something's gone bang up there, especially considering what's happening to the 40mm. And we're going to launch a cartridge off something. It's a bit big for a Piat. Obviously something else. These drive bands also indicate that live shells have been blown up, because there's no rifling marks on the drive bands. These grooves on the inside attach it to the shell itself, but you can see there's no rifling on the drive band, so that's been blown up without ever being fired. And then we've got that lid. I was hoping to identify it as soon as I got home, but I can't find the damn thing. It rings a bell. Why it's got a viewing hole on it, I'm not sure, but it says RL on both the tabs, which could be Royal Labs Woolwich. It's also got a nice bit there that you can see the arrow, and it says screw, so I'm not quite sure. Thought it might have been a container for gun cotton, something like that, but not sure at the minute. So yeah, there you go. That's not bad at all for one little trip. Some stuff I've never found before. Very pleased. Better get cleaning it.